Hey, welcome back. So I know it's been a while since my last Ask Guys Part 2, but here we are back again for Part 3 in 2020. Part 1, I asked the guys about their personal opinions on physical boundaries, and it got pretty interesting.
It was like, is this too much? I'd say that's probably too much.
A little more.
I think right here is the good medium.
Right there. Below the waist, off limits. I know I'm getting myself. No fondling.
And for Part 2, well, let's just say the guys got pretty emotional.
I feel like we're just gonna know, and we're gonna have a loving, wonderful relationship with Christ in the center. And yeah, I just want you to know that I'm praying for you and I'm thinking about you all the time.
I'm doing all I can right now to get closer to the Lord and be closer to Him and living for Him. And in doing so, I'm hoping that prepares me to be the best man I can be for my future wife. First off for the Lord, but also just so in marriage and in family life that I can be the best leader in my household, the best leader to you, the best partner to you, and the best father for our children if they come.
And for Part 3, well, seems like you're just gonna have to watch to find out. Let's get into it.
Hey, I'm Sammy. I'm 21 years old, almost 22, and I'm single.
My name is Andres. I'm 22 and I have a girlfriend.
My name is Cameron. I'm 21 years old.
Austin Farmery. I'm 19 years old and currently single, so.
Okay. My name is Ian. I am 23 years old and I am single in my relationship status.
I am Luke. I am 22 years old and I am single.
Steven, I'm 20 and I'm single.
My name is Nathan Long. I'm 20 years old and I'm single.
Oh, this is like a funny question. What is your spirit animal?
Honestly, I think my spirit animal, I think it's always been a dolphin. For some reason, I don't know. I think it's because I live in Florida, to be completely honest. I feel like I swim in the, I don't know.
A koala bear, because I feel like they're really nice and like they hug everyone and they're always kind.
Like I would be like a leopard, because like they're super like fast-paced and I'm super fast-paced, so.
A capuchin monkey, I think.
Gonna be a shark because they're tough, but they're also the dogs of the sea, and dogs are loyal. And I'm a loyal fish, but.
What is the biggest deal breaker for you and a girl?
Like over clinginess. Like there's a neutral spot and then there's like too much.
Biggest deal breaker obviously is when they're just not a believer. So if the egg is unequally yolked, you just can't have the relationship start off in the first place.
They're too self-absorbed and always focusing on themselves, because I think one of the most attractive things is when they are loving to other people.
Arrogance and not in an ironic way.
If they're self-obsessed.
If they have a really strong past that they have not yet overcome, that's definitely a deal breaker.
By your definition, what is a godly woman?
A godly woman is someone who portrays the fruits of the Spirit very evidently. It's kind of like what every Christian is, but someone who exudes a lot of love, is devoted to reading the Bible, is willing to pray, and exhibits a strong prayer life. I think a lot of those factors, there's more, but those mixed together.
Godly woman to me is somebody that like fully, wholeheartedly seeks after the Lord, you know what I'm saying? It's very evident fruit, obviously, evident fruit. And I think somebody that you could just like very much so see like Christ in them.
I would say someone that loves Jesus, is genuinely following Jesus and following God's plan for their life, almost recklessly.
Somebody who loves others, who loves God, and you can see it in just the way that they love others, and then also who's somebody who takes time to invest just in her community and also in herself, and spend time in the Word and in prayer.
Someone who is passionate for the Lord, who worships the Lord daily, who's in prayer, and obviously Christians do that to an extent, but if someone who's like living out the gospel, serving in the community and doing it with like a desire, like a joy.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
The romantic in me says yes, but I don't think practically no, but I'd like to believe it.
Love at first sight does not exist.
I do not believe in love at first sight. I believe you can like someone at first sight and you can be interested in someone at first sight, but I do not think that there is actual love at first sight, because love is something that has to be developed.
Yes, I do. I think so, yeah. I don't know, I think the Holy Spirit can move in different ways, and so I think when it comes to something like love, I think if you meet somebody, like even from a first interaction, I think the Lord can like speak to you and be like, this is your person, like this is a woman for you, or this is the guy for you.
Text me when you find out, and I'm talking to myself here, I'm not really talking to the viewers, like, Austin, let me know.
Oh, ideally, in your personal opinion, how long would you want each dating stage to last? So that would be like friendship, talking, dating, engagement.
I think one thing that frustrates me is that I think that the talking period and the dating period can be the same period, but I feel like our generation kind of takes things almost even slower now than what it used to be.
Okay, so my 3 previous ex-girlfriends, we weren't friends before. We just jumped into the talking phase and then I guess dating. So I probably want to be friends with her for a while first, at least a couple months probably, to get to know them better.
I think you would know if you want to date someone if you hang out with them for a month.
I don't want friendship to last that long. Like a week?
I think the longest one for me would have to be friendship, because you get to know someone and you know their true character when you're friends.
Honestly, like the Lord could lead in different ways, but like if I was to have it like my way, I would say maybe like the whole entire thing from start to marriage, 2 years.
Depends. I think it's taken me probably a month before I started dating someone, but also it takes sometimes a week. So I think it really depends on if there aren't any red flags within that week, and if it just like kind of goes really well. It depends on who it is, I think.
I definitely want to be friends with them first, might get to know them, and then I think from that you can start seeing different sides of a person, and then I think in terms of dating, be a little bit quicker than that, and then even with engagement, then maybe a few months or so, and then get married, yeah.
So I would say, if I have to put a number, I think for talking, friendship, or dating, however long you need to make sure that you're not making a mistake, because at the end of the day, you're committing to someone, and if you're not sure, you need the time to think. However, I don't know, I feel like for me, a year of engagement, that would be like solid. That would be pretty good timing.
What is your plan to keep the love alive in your future marriage?
That's a good question.
Being spontaneous, by far.
Keep the love alive. I think early on, it'll be a lot about it going on adventures a lot when you don't have kids. I think that'll be fun. Just exploring and like traveling.
Hang out like a day a week to just be kind of like off phones, because I feel like that's like taking over. So I probably like set a whole day apart to go on basic dates again, bring the past, like establish the future, you know?
Quality time, quality time, quality time.
What do you think is the best way to work out conflict with your significant other?
When you make decisions in the heat of the moment, the heat of the argument, like that's never gonna end well. So just cool off, gather your thoughts, and just go about it civilly.
Like talk it out, for real. Like I learned from somebody, a friend of mine last night, that it's not healthy to let your emotions sit. You know what I'm saying? It's good to talk your emotions out. Don't suppress your emotions.
I probably like passive aggressive for a day, and then once I kind of like let off the steam, I'll come back after and then we'll talk the next day. But I think just kind of talking it out and like confrontation, but like in a civil way.
I think the best way to approach it would be having that conversation with no emotions involved, or at least the least amount of emotions involved. You know, approaching it objectively and not doing it in the moment. I think it's important to let things cool down for a second before you actually approach the conversation.
You're in marriage and there's a major problem that arises, you can't just be going off your separate ways, because you two are one. And biblically, if you're together, you're supposed to figure out your problems together. So talk it out, compromise, and get in the Word. See what the Bible says about conflict.
How can your future wife be praying for you right now?
If you are watching this video, pray that I am following the Lord wholeheartedly, that I am bold enough to pursue you and not be a wimp about it.
Patience, as I wait for her at the altar, metaphorically.
Just to make the best decisions and to gain wisdom.
She should be praying about us being to handle, you know, our differences quick and in a good way. And I think she should be praying about us developing ourselves, you know, our personal selves and our relationship with God before we get to marriage. And I think she should be praying so that our relationship in the future can be mature and can be Christ focused.
Just kind of a simple thing is that I'll be motivated to work hard and establish a secure foundation for our future like even just financially, and like just like keep working hard towards that. So when we're married, it's not like we're living like paycheck to paycheck or something.
Just be faithful in where I'm at in my season of life, in relationships I'm in right now, in friendships and family, and then just in my relationship right now with the Lord.
I am not perfect. I will never be perfect. But I want to be the best version of myself in my faith before I'm married. Obviously, I'm single right now, and I'm not married. And if I get into a relationship, a major relationship, and I'm not 100% like the best that I can be with in my relationship with God first, then I'm not ready. So I need to, so for her to pray for me, just to pray that I get everything squared away with my relationship with Jesus first, before entering something major.
Welcome back to Ask Girls Part 1.
They're all the same thing.
1.5 seconds.
But then you're just kind of like, oh, it's a kissing your sister kind of thing. Like a peg.
No.
Right, you kiss your sister on the mouth. But like, it's like a peg. It's like, I don't want to do like a married peg.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't want to work.
A little bit more.
See you later.
I need some passion.
Oh my word.